Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Kim Reads Urantia, and I'm going to read to you from the Urantia book. Okay, and my kitty cat is here to say hi. Say hi, Margot. Say hi, Margot. Okay. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, you take a nap, okay, sweetheart? All right. So first, I'm going to read to you from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. Okay, this is from Mahanirvana Tantra. So this is an ancient Hindu text translated here. Okay. Mahanirvana Tantra. May the ocean of essence, the ocean of honey, the ocean of wine, the ocean of ghee, the ocean of curd, the ocean of milk, the ocean of sweet water, sprinkle me with their consecrated waters. Okay, all these oceans. Okay, so I'm drawn into the idea of an ocean. In the Tao, water is the highest good because it comes into the lowest places and cleanses the lowest places. So all of this water is the essence of cleansing and of unity with all parts of being, even the lowest parts of being. Okay. I have a mental image of a Hindu ceremony that I had attended where they anointed the statue of the Buddha with with milk and with honey and with I don't even know what all the substances was, but they would pour these oceans over the Buddha to anoint him and bring him into awareness is what I think they were doing. So when I'm cleansed here with all of these waters, I can be brought into this divine awareness of the divine presence in all of existence. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to turn to the Urantia book. Okay, so this is part 4, paper number 8, the Infinite Spirit, section 4, the Spirit of Divine Ministry. All right. Paralleling the physical universe wherein paradise gravity holds all things together is the spiritual universe wherein the word of the Son interprets the thought of God and, when made flesh, demonstrates the loving mercy of the combined nature of the associated creators. Okay. So paralleling the physical universe is the spiritual universe. Right? The physical gravity holds all things together. The spiritual universe holds the combined natures of the associated creators. But in and through all this material and spiritual creation, there is a vast stage whereon the infinite spirit and Za's spirit offering show forth the combined mercy, patience, and everlasting affection of the divine parents towards the intelligent children of their cooperative devising and making. Everlasting ministry to is everlasting ministry to mind is the essence of the Spirit's divine character. And all the spirit offspring of the conjoint actor partake of this desire to minister, this urge to do service. Okay, so it's this urge to do service, to elevate the minds, the attributes, the consciousness of all physical beings. So that's the essence of morality, I feel. To be like water and to elevate all of the beings, to get underneath like water and help them to float up. To me, that's what morality is. I just listened to a podcast by Stephen Hicks denouncing socialism. I don't like to get political on this, but this is just really fresh with me. And he was talking about why socialism is immoral and this thing because it's going to force people to sacrifice their individualism for the collective good. So that's this tyranny over the individual nature. Okay, well, I think in its highest, I don't think it does that. I think that what it does is encourages, well, there's all these fine points about what else we were talking about this morning was land redistribution, the government buying off private or lands of private owners, eminent domain, and this kind of thing. Okay, I think that's fairly rare occurrence. But I think what morality is this lifting up of people or beings that are low and lifting them up. And it's something that we do together as a unity. It's not against individualism, but it doesn't promote individualism. It doesn't promote the individual. It doesn't celebrate the individual. I think it celebrates the collective, but it doesn't doesn't take from it doesn't squash the individual. You have your right to be an individual. Everybody is an individual. I think that's true, but I think it's celebrates the lifting up of the low. And I think what capitalism tends to do is tends to say that these are the worthy people and these are the not worthy people. These are the people that need to be celebrated. These are the ones that need to be exploited. And it does that, whether I think that unity is moral and the lifting up of the poor is moral. Individualism is not amoral. It's not immoral. And it's not moral either. It is. It's your right. It's how you are. But if you want to participate in anything, then that means you have to forego a portion of your individuality. And there's small portion, right? The yoke is light Then you go back to being an individual when you participated, when you voted or did whatever you're participating in. But any kind of group participation, group identity, is going to encourage you to forego a portion of your individuality in favor of the collective. If we participate as a citizen in the United States, I have to forego a portion of my individuality to say, okay, I'm participating I'm a member of the United States. It's my tribe. So that's whatever. But the ultimate tribe is God's tribe, is everyone. Everyone belongs to the human tribe. But I think what they're looking for when they say individualism and capitalism is more that I have a right to regard this portion is unworthy and this part is worthy, and to associate myself with the worthy instead of the unworthy. And that's not lifting anybody up. That's not water. That's not the greatest good. The greatest good is to go to the low places and to lift up even the unworthy. The God's light shines on the worthy and the unworthy the same. Okay, so that's enough about that. That's something I just watched just prior to getting on here, and so that's been heavy on my mind. So I don't know if that pertains a lot to this, but with service, we're talking about the urge to do service, the urge to lift up our fellow man, not just the ones that are worthy, the lowest places. Water is the greatest good because it goes to the lowest places. All right. And we're talking about the flow of the oceans here in this prelude. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. God is love. The Son is mercy. The Spirit is ministry. The ministry of divine love and endless mercy to all intelligent creation. The Spirit is the personification of the Father's love and the Son's mercy. In Za, they're using my divine pronoun. In Za are they eternally united for universal service. The Spirit is love applied to the creature creation, the combined love of the Father and the Son. So mercy, ministry, mercy and love. Right. And you can love the quote unquote the worthy, but they don't need as much ministry. They have what they need, supposedly, if they're choosing to invest themselves in physical things. But yeah, that's their choice. If they're not choosing to invest in physical reality, then presumably if they're higher spiritual beings, they would invest their material reality in ministry to those needs and go to those low places. Okay. On Urantia, the infinite spirit is known as an omnipresent influence, a universal presence. But in Havona, you shall know him, you shall know Za, as a personal presence of actual ministry. Here, the ministry of the Paradise Spirit is the exemplary and inspiring pattern for each of Za's coordinate spirits and subordinate personalities ministering to the created beings on the worlds of time and space. In this divine universe, the infinite spirit fully participated in the 7 transcendental appearances of the eternal Son. Likewise, did Z participate with the original Michael's Son in the 7 bestowals upon the circuits of Havona, thereby becoming the sympathetic and understanding spirit minister to every pilgrim of time traversing these perfect circles on high. So It is an omnipresent influence, a universal presence. Okay, but when we get to heaven, we'll know the infinite spirit as right there helping to be with us as we go through the Havona circuits to the eternal Son, just like Jesus was here for us on earth. The infinite spirit will be with us. Right? Okay. In this divine universe. So in Havona, the infinite spirit fully participated in the 7 transcendental appearances of the eternal Son. Oh. So back when we talked about the eternal Son laid the pattern for the 7 manifestations of the creator sons. So the eternal Son did that in heaven, in Havona, before he ordained that his sons, the creator sons, would go through those 7 bestowals. So the eternal Son put himself through those 7 bestowals, and the infinite spirit was with him, with Za, as he went through the 7 bestowals in Havona. Okay. When a creator son of God accepts the creatorship charge of responsibility for a projected local universe, the personalities of the infinite spirit pledge themselves as the tireless ministers of this Michael Son when he goes forth on his mission of creative adventure. Especially in the persons of the creative daughters, the local universe mother spirits, do we find the infinite spirit devoted to the task of fostering the ascension of the material creatures to higher and higher levels of spiritual attainment. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, my universe mother spirit, for being with me. And all this work of creature ministry is done in perfect harmony with the purposes and in close association with the personalities of the creator sons of these local universes. Right. So the local universe mother spirit works in close conjunction with our creator son, with our Christ Michael. Yeah. To create this universe and to foster our development. They truly are our divine parents. As the sons of God are engaged in the gigantic task of revealing the Father's personality of love to a universe, so is the infinite spirit dedicated to the unending ministry of revealing the combined love of the Father and the Son to the individual minds of all the children of each universe. In these local creations, the spirit does not come down to the material races in the likeness of mortal flesh, as do certain of the sons of God. But the infinite spirit and his coordinate spirits do downstep themselves, do joyfully undergo an amazing series of divinity attenuations until they appear as angels to stand by your side and guide you through the lowly paths of earthly existence. Okay, so the sons of the spirit have to come down. They're the descending sons and daughters of God. So they have to sacrifice part of their divinity, part of their consciousness of divinity to come down with us as angels. And they do this joyfully. They undergo an amazing series of divinity attenuations to downstep themselves to our level so they can stand by our side as we advance and develop into divine beings ourselves. Okay, is that socialism, guys? Is that sacrifice? Is that sacrificing their individuality? They're doing it joyfully, as do I. But that doesn't mean I don't choose. I don't choose. Well, and in here, there's practical considerations in this. Now I'm thinking of eminent domain again. There's practical considerations in that land ownership, you know. But when you have a great gift and you're called to sacrifice, I mean, you know, you're supposed to do it by choice. But here, nobody's asking you if you want to pay taxes or not, you know. It's true. Sometimes you're called to give up things you don't want to give up. I guess I'm fortunate in that respect. So it's easy enough for me to say, hey, you have to give up what you don't want to give up for the good of the whole. I guess I can relate to that, but you know, I've often thought of this. Okay, this I found when I was a child. I found at a construction site. This is my connection to Native American spirituality. I found the rock, and later I had it made into a necklace. And it presaged my future. It's prophetic for me that I have Native American children. And I don't have any Native blood, but I have this that was brought to me, that was sent to me, because it's part of my destiny, I believe, to minister to Native American people and to hold them. Okay, so this is precious to me. This is probably my most precious possession. But I've often thought, if a Native American person, and I'm making myself vulnerable by saying this here on YouTube, if a Native American person would come to me and say, that belongs to my people, that belongs to me, you're not entitled to that, I would have to give it to them. I guess I would have to give it to them, even though I've had this since I was a child and I've worn this. That's, you know, but you know, that's just part of, it's a material thing. It's given to us, it's taken from us. It's only borrowed. Whatever we have is only borrowed. We are stewards of this. So if somebody would say to me, I kept this, looked after it for Native people, and I have a message for you that you're important, what you believe is important, what you do is important, you know. So okay. I'm gonna keep reading here. By this very diminishing series, the infinite spirit does actually, and as a person, draw very near to every being of the animal origin spheres, going to the lowest places and sacrificing. And all this the spirit does without the least invalidating Za's existence as the third person of deity at the center of all things. Okay, because my eternal being is safe and secure, whether I wear this around my neck or not. My eternal being is secure. The conjoint creator is truly and forever the great ministering personality, the universal ministry, the universal mercy minister. To comprehend the ministry of the Spirit, ponder the truth that he is the combined portrayal of the Father's unending love and of the Son's eternal mercy. The Spirit's ministry is not, however, restricted solely to the representation of the Eternal Son and the Universal Father. The Infinite Spirit also possesses the power to minister to the creatures of the realm in his own name, in Za's own name and right. The third person is of divine dignity and also bestows the universal ministry of mercy in his own behalf. So he's not only showing the Father and the Son to us, but Z is also showing Za's self, the person of the Infinite Spirit, is ministering on Za's own behalf. But that is the spirit of ministry itself. So the urge for you to minister to help your fellow man comes from the Infinite Spirit. We can love people like the Eternal Son, but that's like the kind of love that's, okay, you're over there and I love you. That's just a smile across the room. But to go over there and to help somebody, can I get you a drink? Would you like to sit down? I'll give up my seat for you. That's the Spirit. Yeah. As man learns more of the loving and tireless ministry of the lower orders of the creature family of this Infinite Spirit, he will all the more admire and adore the transcendent nature and matchless character of this combined action of the Universal Father and the Eternal Son. Indeed, is this Spirit the eyes of the Lord which are ever over the righteous, and the divine ears which are ever open to their prayers. Okay, so this is the Spirit, the Infinite Spirit, that ministers to us in our own growth and also encourages us, prompts us to minister to others as well. Okay. Thank you very much for listening today. I kept you a long while today. I was thoughtful today, but all right, you have a really good one. Thank you. Bye.